Hello everyone, I'm Paolo Del Nibletto, the editor of CDN Computer Dealer News. Here with me in a special interview is Todd Thibodeaux, the CEO of Comptia, at our Top 100 Solution Provider event in North Toronto. Todd, welcome.
It's great to be here.
Todd, you're almost at the end of your first year in office. I think you're on the job for 10 months now. What would you say are your highlights and some of the things that you want to work on?
Well, I think part of the highlights was really getting the emphasis back on membership and membership value in the organization. I think that was something that we really needed to step up our game with, and we've really done that by reorganizing our staff around the idea of serving members first and foremost. And I think it's starting to see some dividends. We've started to see some member gains in just the last couple of months. We also introduced a newsletter that comes out on a daily basis from the organization called the Smart Brief. And we've already gotten over 30,000 subscribers to that newsletter in just the first few weeks that it's been out. But it has been a whirlwind. We have gone through ups and downs. The market has gone through changes. We've seen that as well. But along the way, we've been able to get our staff focused in the right direction, get them focused on member value, and also to get the message out there that we have a new Comptia and that they should take a second look at what we have to offer.
You're also doing something in managed services, a new certification. Can you tell me a little bit about that?
Yeah, organizational credentialing, I think, will be a big part of what Comptia does in the future. We actually have a Trust Mark program in the market now that helps people understand best practices about security, and we hope to expand that to a number of different markets. But the MSP certification is important in the fact that we did it in partnership with two other organizations, MSP Partners, and also Everything Channel through their iPad group. And it helps MSPs get educated and understand whether they're following the best practices of the industry. And we hope that we'll be able to take that to another level down the road and really build a strong certification for the industry.
How close are you making Comptia the voice of the world's IT industry?
Well, we've put our focus mostly on North America in these first few months on the job, in the first several months actually. I think 2010 will be the year where we go back out to the world to try to emphasize membership growth. We've just established new offices in India and China, and working on the strength of the offices that we have in the UK, South Africa, and Australia. I think we can begin to bring our membership message that we're honing in the US market to those global markets as well, because the challenges are the same, whether you're a reseller in Saudi Arabia or you're a reseller in the US market or in Canada. The same kind of benefits that we're putting together I think will be applicable to all those markets. On a policy standpoint, we've stepped up our efforts certainly there, trying to provide access for our members to the stimulus program in the US, and if we had operations in China, we'd probably be doing the same thing there as well. So I hope that we'll be able to re-engage a little bit more on international policy in the next year.
As you probably know, Oracle acquired Sun Microsystems, a big deal, historic deal in the IT industry. What are your thoughts on that deal, and how do you think it's going to affect your membership?
Well, it's interesting, the Larry Ellison's famous statement was, we don't write checks, we write software. But the acquisitions that they've made in the last several years have really actually helped build that company into a really strong player in a lot of different areas. The PeopleSoft acquisition was just one. But I think it's a good acquisition. I don't know if they'll divest from the hardware, but they've really gotten a couple of great software assets. People talk about Java and how important that is, and Mr. Ellison's commented on that, but also MySQL, which comes along with Sun, and also the open office environment. And the high-end hardware could help tie them to a lot of customers who are using Oracle software on high-end Sun servers and maybe looking for upgrades. So they may end up hanging on to that.
What about your membership?
The membership is doing well. I think the companies that are in the MSP space have continued to talk about what recession, but they are finding that their customers are a little less, they're challenged out there just like any other business, and going out to them and finding new ones has been a little bit tougher. So as we go through this bottom of this trough in this recession and we head back up, I think they're going to start to identify some new ones. Training companies also are a big part of our membership, and they've been having challenges too, especially the smaller independents, as training has become a little bit more towards the commercial, larger companies, as individuals and people go back to school to do that. So there's been some challenges there, but I think overall we're in good shape. I think the companies are poised and primed for a rebound. They've gotten themselves leaned down, and I think we'll start to see some good results as we head into the next year.